There we go.
Oh my God. One of these days we will realize when exactly we are live and
Probably
greet
30
accordingly.
seconds after that.
Yes.
Hey everybody, it's Kari and Jamie at Champagne Jewelers. Welcome to this lovely Thursday. I hope you guys got out to enjoy the sunshine a little bit today. We are here for our Thursday afternoon early happy hour. So grab yourself a glass of wine or a cocktail. I had a little bit of a heavy pour this afternoon. And
Ain't nothing wrong with that, girl.
and sit back and let us tell you about one of our favorite gemstones, the emerald. So emeralds are the birthstone for what month?
The month of May.
What month are we in?
I think it's May.
I'm pretty sure it's
Guys,
May.
is it May?
I don't know. We don't know what day it is anymore. Other
Did
than
April even happen?
Thursday, and we're supposed to have a drink at 3 o'clock.
That's
This
right.
is what's on the calendar.
This is all we know. Our phone reminds us because it keeps track of the time, but the rest of us do not.
Yes.
But I am told that it is in fact May, and I need to keep track of these things because half of the families in my birthday, half of the birthdays in my family are in the first week of May.
How much wine has she already had?
Not that much. Not that much.
So, because emerald is the birthstone of the month of May, we wanted to show you some of the really beautiful emeralds that we have in the store and show you kind of the differences in the different qualities and the different types of emeralds that are available.
Some of you last week heard us talk about corundum. And corundum is the mineral that makes up the sapphires and the rubies. Emerald also has its own stone family. It's called Beryl, B-E-R-Y-L. And other famous members of the Beryl family include aquamarine and morganite. So these are a couple of other beryls that you will find. Emerald is definitely the most famous of the beryl family, but these other stones can occur as well. There are also, sometimes out in the world, you'll see a stone that the color is like halfway in between an aquamarine and an emerald. It's not quite that deep green enough to be an emerald, but it's not quite blue either. And we could just call that a green beryl.
There's also yellow beryls as well, called
that's right.
heliodors that we had at
Forgot
our
about
last
the
gem show
heliodors.
that were really cool. It's called heliodor. It's a really pretty sunny yellow color, but it's also a beryl, and that's just the type of gemstone and the type of mineral that's grown as. Now there are different types of chemicals that are present when that gemstone is growing, and that is what gives it the different colors. So for emerald, it's chromium that is the element that gives it that color. So instead of when a gemstone is forming,
Don't mind me.
it doesn't have that blue color or colorless because that chromium is present. It's going to give it that really pretty green color. Now, emeralds they're considered more of like a blue-green kind of shade as opposed to like a yellow-green that you would see in like a peridot. So they're still both greens, but when you have that other secondary color, that's going to also kind of indicate what type of gemstone it is.
For the emerald, it's a very deep, lush color.
So Jamie's got 2 examples on her hand.
You can like see it from here. It's so beautiful.
A very standard, pretty emerald, and another one that is an absolutely fabulous, oh my gosh, gem quality.
Gimme.
I don't think I want to, but
Yeah,
I will.
So this particular emerald would be considered a gem quality stone.
Also a very, very, very fine gem
very
quality
fine
stone.
Here we go.
This ring is set in platinum. It's got a couple of half moon cut diamonds on either side.
And it's so glowy, it's probably having trouble focusing.
I mean, it really is.
It's incredible in person. Absolutely incredible.
It really is incredible in person. It's a really, really stunning
So
emerald.
pretty.
So
See,
when
look,
we're
I gave it
talking about
back.
Emeralds that we really fall in love with, that's kind of an example of that type of color. And you can also have the emerald that she is set in the yellow gold ring there is another really pretty emerald, but it's a little bit more of a standard everyday quality.
Yeah.
So it's got that really pretty green color. It's not as intense as that other stone.
Still beautiful,
It's
still
very
green.
beautiful, absolutely. And it's a really nice sized gem, but it's just not quite as intense color. It's a little bit more subtle, I guess you'll say, a little bit more subdued. So you can see that really big range in the quality of the emeralds based on the color. And then you also have the clarity grade for the emeralds.
Mm-hmm.
Emeralds, how they're grown and how they're mined, they tend to have a lot of imperfections in the crystal itself, a lot of inclusions. And 99.99% of the time, the emeralds are treated with an oil treatment. So there's oil that is kind of high pressure into the emerald so that those inclusions are not as visible. That's also what makes them a little bit more sensitive to cleaning. You have to clean them with a special cleaning substance, and you know, they're more sensitive
too,
and
right?
chipping. They can be a little bit, I mean, they're pretty hard, but they can be a little bit more susceptible to chipping, especially if they have a whole bunch of inclusions. So that's part of also what makes emeralds so unique, especially in bigger sizes, because bigger sizes just don't exist. They don't grow that big to start with, and they're hard to cut that big. So this one was the no oil one, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
So this one is one of
That's
that
incredible.
0 something percent that doesn't have, oh my gosh, my skin is so dry. That doesn't have any treatment at all to it.
That never happened.
And that's something that we do have to have a special lab report to show that it's been tested extensively to make sure that it doesn't have any type of treatment, because again, the vast majority of emeralds do have some type of clarity treatment so that they look less included after the treatment.
Fun fact.
Fun fact.
Even if you're not an emerald person, you've probably heard of the emerald cut, because we talk about it with diamonds. And what you typically, that's right, Betsy's got one here to show with a diamond, even though I also have it here with an emerald. Ta-da! What we typically think of as the emerald cut, it has step facets, so not the triangular facets that you'll see on most diamond cuts, but it's got long, straight facets and truncated corners? Is that what they're called?
I don't know. They're not pointed.
They're not pointy corners. They're not sharp corners. And the reason that it's called the emerald cut is because it was first developed for the emerald to make it less susceptible to chipping and to keep it safe. So that's your little fun fact. You can see the prongs are on the corners of this one, so it's not as obvious, but there are little chopped off corners there.
Pretty.
So pretty. Oh,
Love
and this
that.
is a remarkably
That's
clear emerald.
Now, we see those big emeralds. Emeralds come in lots of different sizes too, so you can do something like this that's just a stackable band design with the emerald as well. And that's again that rectangular cut stone that's got a diamond in between each one. Again, a little bit more muted color, but really beautiful. Jamie's got another gorgeous one. This is again a really, really pretty emerald. This one is a smaller size.
But
So a
still
little bit
really
more,
pretty.
A little more delicate ring, but
You can
it's
still
just-
really see it too.
that color is really what pops, I think. So it doesn't, you know, big stones, small stones, you can have really gem qualities in different sizes.
This
as
ring
well.
has a Euro shank also, I just want to point out, because it's one of my favorite things. Where
Same.
you get those squared off corners at the bottom of the shank, which helps keep a ring from turning over. on
Pivoting.
your- Pivoting. Or flipping.
Just makes me think of Friends. Pivot.
Pivot! Anyway.
Anyone moving furniture?
Hopefully not too much of that, but it is.
Exactly. So we've got the different, the different colors of the emeralds.
There are lab created emeralds.
There are lab created emeralds as well. We don't have any lab created emeralds in stock right now, but we do have a really cool bracelet from our Mother's Day gemstone collection for our bracelets. These are really neat. They're imitation gemstones, but they're a really pretty color, and it's a nice sterling silver bolo style bracelet. So we have these in all different colors for the months, different birthstone months for Mother's Day. If you need a gift, they're $75, so quite the steal.
Hint, hint. You've got like what, 4 days?
I have no idea how many days at this
it's
point.
Sunday. You have till Sunday.
Today is Thursday, so you basically have tomorrow to call us and say, hey, I need a present, and we'll wrap it for you and everything. You don't have to worry about that.
Today and tomorrow, let us know.
But yeah, you'll see the imitation, because emeralds, especially fine quality emeralds, can be very expensive. So that is something that we do often see lab created stones, simulant stones, imitation stones. And that's something that's very important to look at when you're looking at different emeralds as well. Got some others.
Fun fact.
Fun fact.
The first emerald mine that we know of was in Egypt from a long time ago. The primary source of emeralds in modern day is in Colombia, which is why you will hear a lot about Colombian emeralds, just emeralds from Colombia. They are in other parts of the world as well, but Colombia has been the most well-known producer of them.
Yeah,
so
and they have that color. Great.
They've got a really nice color.
That chromium color that makes that different color in the emerald itself is something that's very prevalent there.
There's a lot of fun myths and lore surrounding emeralds. As a matter of fact, Pliny the Elder, if you know who that is, he talked about emeralds as something that you should look at to rest your eyes. And it turns out that there's something to that, because we know that the color green is really good for your eyes to kind of rest and relax them. When you were getting your diamond grading certificate from GIA,
when you're looking through the microscope all day at diamonds, you're really focused on that, and your eyes can get very tired. So when we would have breaks, our instructors would actually tell us to go outside, go look at a tree, go look at some grass, let your eyes relax. So I think that's especially helpful now when everybody's at home looking at their computer screens all day long.
and if you just had to go like this,
Yeah, you wouldn't even have to go outside. If you had a nice emerald, just relax at your desk. But
So
it's also
nice.
nice to go outside and look at the green things.
I mean, yes, especially
Now
on a day like today.
when things are turning green again. Yay!
Absolutely. So yeah, Pliny the Elder advised it to
relax
look
your
at
eyes.
and to relax your eyes. It was also purported to help the wearer foresee the future.
But
But well, okay, there are some reports that said that the best way to see the future with an emerald is to put the emerald under your tongue. I don't advise that. Don't eat your emeralds. It's a bad idea.
Don't need your emeralds.
Don't eat your
wear them
emeralds. Just
and
wear
relax
them.
your eyes.
I also recommend going to see your doctor before us if you have an ailment that you need solved. Because emeralds are very beautiful, but we also have doctors now.
Yeah,
And they didn't
not
when they
healing
were
things.
talking about emeralds healing things. So I was reading through, I was like, really? Malaria? They thought emeralds were okay. Well, no, go see your doctor.
Yeah.
Talk to your doctor before using emeralds.
Emerald is, in addition to being the birthstone for May and a beautiful green color, it's a couple different anniversary stones too. So you'll have, for your wedding anniversaries, a lot of times different gemstones are associated with those big anniversaries. So I believe it's for the 20th, and what was the other one?
35th.
The 35th. So if you've got a big anniversary this year, a 20th anniversary or a 35th anniversary, an emerald would be a fabulous option to represent those years that you've spent together, because those are both big numbers. Congratulations.
Absolutely.
And yeah, definitely something to keep in mind for an anniversary gift too.
I think my parents' 35th is in a couple years.
Is it?
Yeah.
All right.
calling on
I'll
you,
talk
Mike
to Dad.
Baker.
Yep, that's right. I think we should talk about this set.
Yes.
Especially because tomorrow night we are having our Facebook Live Friday night sale, 7:30. Be sure to tune in. And occasionally on Thursdays we will give a little preview as to some of the items that may or may not show up in that sale. And this is a really lovely little yellow gold set with some emeralds and diamonds. And
Nobody
they
hates
go
that
with
combo.
a lot. They are, I really like the design. I like the shape around them.
Me too.
Yeah,
It's a really pretty color. Here, I'm gonna do
it
this.
is a pretty color.
See if this helps.
It does, because you have pigment in your skin.
She does. Oh my gosh. I saw, again, scrolling through Facebook in our downtime, one of my darling cousins was lounging by the pool yesterday. She's tan, like she's been sitting by the pool for the last 3 months. So I wanted to say, what are you doing?
Yep.
Besides sitting at the pool.
Yep.
So yes, definitely tomorrow night at 7:30
7:30.
is the Facebook Live sale. And if you haven't joined us the last few weeks, you'll definitely want to catch us this week, because we will have a whole new selection of really beautiful jewelry at really, really, really great prices. So especially if you do need something for Mother's Day,
This is a great
that
last chance.
would be a good time to snap something up for that. And it's just fun. I mean, we love talking about our jewelry. We love showing it to you. We love playing with it and really get excited about it. So we would love to have you join us again tomorrow night. The Facebook Live sale, basically the way it works is you just comment the number of the item and say sold, and it's yours. And we'll get your information to send you an invoice and we can ship it to you, or you can pick it up curbside.
You just have to be first. So
Yeah, you
you're
have to be
definitely going to
first.
want to watch it live if you at all can. And make sure that you are at a keyboard or have a way to type quickly, because some of those items go pretty fast. So
Last week was it last week or the week before? We didn't even get through talking about one item before it was sold.
that was the last 2 weeks. That happened a couple of times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, we didn't even say it. We said, hey, these are sold. Never mind.
Just kidding.
Pretty
Just
much.
kidding.
Pretty much. And some things actually will sell before they hit the sale. Every once in a while, if we show something off and somebody says, hey, I want that, before somebody else has a chance to grab it up. That does happen too.
It
So-
sure does. So it's definitely something to mark your calendars for tomorrow night, 7:30.
Because heaven knows, otherwise you'll forget, because nobody knows what time is.
Exactly.
It's not your fault.
Just put it in your phone.
Yeah.
Put it in your phone.
Put a reminder.
Anything else we need to know about
I was gonna say,
emeralds
they're
today?
so pretty. They're my favorite. I love them so much. And I mean, like, we could continue being really nerdy about them, but honestly, I could just sit here for another half an hour and tell you that I just love them and they're just so pretty, and I could look at them forever, but that would be boring. So
One of the very coolest emeralds that I ever saw, which is a fun story. And if you've been to the Smithsonian, the Natural History Museum that they have has a gem collection room. Now, where does Kari go the first time she ever goes to a museum? To the jewelry gem room. They had an emerald crystal that went like from the floor to like here. So almost as tall as I was, just this really beautiful emerald crystal. And it was one that was such a spectacular find that they just left it as a crystal. They didn't even cut it to make into jewelry because it was such just a perfectly formed thing.
priceless.
And absolutely priceless. So that one is in the Smithsonian if you ever get a chance to go check it out. I believe it's in the same room as the Hope Diamond because that's how cool it is.
That's awesome.
That is on my list of things to go see.
Yes,
Yes.
absolutely. Highly, highly recommend. And it's just the emeralds. They have that history behind them. Like Jamie said, the first unknown emerald mines was in Egypt. That's something that's very ancient.
Like, and these are the ones that we know about, and this was like several hundred years BC.
Yeah, so thousands and
That's a
thousands of years that people have been
long
really
time ago.
valuing emeralds. So if you have a May birthday, this is your birthstone. You should definitely get one of these.
Lucky you.
If you have a child in May, you can have a little mother's jewelry piece with your child's birthstone. If you just like green.
If you love emeralds,
Betsy
need
and
one.
Jamie raised their hands.
Yes, they do like green. Yes,
just get one.
green is
Me
pretty.
too.
Just get one.
Definitely keep that on your list. If you have any questions about emeralds, give us a shout. We'd
Yeah.
be happy to talk about them. And next week, we've had a couple requests for different things that we're going to talk about next week. So I'm really excited about that. And we'll be back at 3 p.m. on Thursday next week with a little more gem education for you.
That's right.
And then tomorrow night, be sure to join us at 7:30 for our Facebook Live sale.
Be sure to send us any messages if there is something that you want to learn about, something that you want to see. We're happy to do what we can, and it's a lot of fun to hear from you all about what you want to see, what you want to know more about.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Have an awesome afternoon. Get out, enjoy the sunshine. Cheers. We'll see you tomorrow.